All right, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Cook Around and Work Out. I'm James O'Leary, your host of this fantastic YouTube channel as we sit here in quarantine, social distancing from everybody else for who knows how long. The objective of this program is to throw together some recipes, throw together some workouts, and help you be your best self as you sit here trying not to rip your hair out, eating frozen food for the 9,000th time. What we've got for you today are the big bulk blueberry banana breakfast, aka some Kodiak cakes that have blueberries, bananas, and a special treat at the end. Reason I chose Kodiak cakes is because they are higher protein, so therefore you can kind of justify the carbs of pancakes. And you can get a big old box of it at Costco for not that much money. And some of the money goes to support animals, so it's in line with our third theme of the show, which is the crazy animal facts I tell you while I'm preparing the food. So quick thing I'll show you here. I always put the blueberries in the batter. If the blueberries are gonna burn, unless I put them in after the fact, then I made the batter too thin. Because remember, you're not making crepes, you're not making biscuits. So there's like a certain consistency that you need. So see how it's kind of, it will come out, and I don't have to plop it like a biscuit, but it's not just gonna be like running all over the counter, so I make a crepe that cooks too fast. That'll also help it rise a little bit. With the Kodiak cakes, you can do water, or if you want to up the protein, you can do milk, which is what I did, or you can do egg. So you can get anywhere in there from like the, oh, this is just a slightly healthier pancake, to like full trying to bulk so you can walk everywhere like Zion. Kind of your call. So that's about it. I always let the pan preheat, otherwise the first pancake will always get messed up. If it does, no sweat. You've got like a 10-pound box of pancake mix and plenty of time. Again, you're in social distancing. So yeah. The banana, however, I'll add after the fact. And so the real thing you're just watching for on the burner is that the layer of batter is even, and it will even out, and you can just kind of, like tilt the pan a little bit. You're watching the surface. You ideally are just making one flip and then you pick it up, because the more you screw with it with your spatula, the more it's going to get gummy and the more it's going to get messed up and uglified, right? So you got to be patient, got to get your hands off. On the note of grizzly bears, Kodiak bears can actually hibernate for up to 8 months, and they barely lose any mass or muscle tone, which is kind of insane because most of us have been sitting on our couch for a week and we all are feeling awful. So something to be learned there. Grizzly bear can also crush a bowling ball with its bite force, which is pretty terrifying in its own right. So I'm just going to check this. It's a good color there. These do come out a little bit darker than other pancakes. I think it's just from something in the batter. So yeah, because I knew that hippos could actually crush a canoe or bite a canoe in half with one bite. So grizzly bears crushing a whole bowling ball is kind of terrifying. Especially because they're up to 5 feet tall on all fours, or 10 feet tall if they're standing on 2 legs. I mean, at some point, 9 feet, 10 feet, it's kind of just a really big bear. So we're going to see how this side's doing. A little bit more time there. And the cook time does get a little different with this. The milk is faster than with the water. That's about good. So yeah, grizzly bears are kind of terrifying, even though they're actually somewhat lazy, and they don't really like to hunt or fish very often. They prefer to eat grass and berries all day, and they get huge, so there's something to be said for vegans on that, I guess. My brother will appreciate that shout out. The other fact that I found from the same site, which I'm not going to disclose because I don't want to give away all my gems before I make more videos, is there was once a type of crocodile that could gallop. And that's also terrifying to me, because already alligators and crocodiles are pretty fast. They're pretty big, especially crocodiles, because gators usually top out like 10, 12, sometimes 14, 15 feet. Crocodiles can get to be like 18, 20, 21 feet, and they sometimes venture out of their little swamp to go into like a dust plains or whatever. Kind of freaky that you have one that's going to be like galloping around and chomping, right? Like, I kind of envy not crustaceans, crocodilians, Like, I could see myself as a crocodilian, and I've had people agree with that assessment. But especially if I can, like, gallop, chomp. That just suddenly changes the whole food pyramid. Right? Because there's one thing if you just can swim, chomp. But if you can, like, gallop, chomp, all of a sudden antelopes and gazelles and deer and small children that get away from the swamp, like, they're all fair game. And it's still a crocodile. It can still swim. It can still hold its breath. It's still got the chomp. Like, I don't know. I don't know how it went extinct. That's what I'm concerned about. What beat the crocodile that could gallop? Maybe coronavirus part 1. I don't know. But yeah, like, these agile crocodiles. At least they're not very smart. Meerkats, on the other hand, meerkats are smart. Because, like, meerkats can identify each other's calls, and they actually will babysit for each other. They're also the most murderous animal. A meerkat, about 20% of all meerkats die as a result of fighting other meerkats, which is a terrifying statistic. Like, 1 in 5 is killed by another meerkat. Although I guess if we counted all the idiots out there that are on the beach and not social distancing during coronavirus in there, we might come close to the meerkats soon. But yeah, kind of scary. Meerkat manner, more like meerkat murder. And so for the most part, I've been pretty good with these. I haven't had to touch them too much, which is nice. Yeah. I don't know. As a teacher, this coronavirus thing is so boring. Like, I can't assign anything mandatory, and I can't grade anything. Like, to put it in perspective, I was so bored the first day I cleaned the whole house. And then since I've just been sitting there, my online class got delayed by a week so they could be prepared to put everything online. So, yeah, last week was really boring. I had like nothing. I went to the grocery store. That was good recreational shopping. See, that one I goofed and I had to turn it twice. Messing up the texture. If you guys go to the comments, you can request either types of workouts, types of food. You can do an ingredient challenge for me. Or you can request facts about certain kinds of animals, and I'll talk about that animal while I make food. Should be pretty fun. We got enough batter probably for 2 more. Screw it, I'm gonna make a big one. You know, if when in doubt, just make a jumbo. I might break my wrist trying to flip it, but that's fine. One time I was responsible and it doesn't pay off. Yeah. So yeah, also feel free to ask about ideas for stuff to do during the quarantine. My life has consisted mostly of NBA 2K and now Animal Crossing and then getting reading done for my class, which isn't totally done. So the professor is probably going to be like, so what do you think of the character of Ines? And I'll be like, you could add blueberries. I don't know. I'll get that done before the class starts, but yeah, look at the priorities here. Making pancake videos instead of doing my homework. Not great priorities by a teacher, but you know. If I get it all done, maybe I just like the pressure. That's my best answer there. Upcoming videos that I know I'm going to be doing for you guys. I have a guacamole video that I'm going to be working on and a bruschetta video. I would expect those in the next couple of days because those tomatoes ain't going to last forever. And I just got the avocados yesterday, so those should be good to roll by probably tomorrow. I don't know. I haven't really seen how close to ripe they are. We'll figure it out. Yeah, guacamole, bruschetta, and then my sweet potato salad will probably be towards the end of the week. So, there's 3 videos you can look forward to. As far as the animal facts that go with those, I've got no idea what I'm going to do. So, Yeah, we can just figure that one out as we go. Winging it is something I'm literally a professional at. So, yeah, I don't get this logic of like, oh, you need a like 10-page written lesson plan for like everything you do. I would never sleep. I have to grade and manage the kids and teach and eat and work out and all the rest. So this like 10-page lesson plan thing, teachers don't actually do it unless when they have to show it. Like that thought process goes into it. But there's no way in the world I'm doing that. Now my unit plans, on the other hand, I'm OCD as anything on. But lesson plans, especially when you're teaching 3 preps, like I'm gonna spend like an hour and a half teaching something that only works for like an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, good call. Real good call. Alright, so this guy looks about ready. Yeah. Now see how I like jacked up the texture on this because I flipped it twice? Alright, so we'll keep those guys there. Pro tips, you want real maple syrup. Like you just put in, whatever, 8 minutes of time into making your pancakes and you bothered to buy blueberries and you're going to put banana on there. Like you're putting fresh, real stuff on there. Don't jack it up putting on some crappy dollar brand syrup. Like get the real syrup. You can get this container again. Not that much money. I got it at Costco. I bet Sam's Club and wherever else club memberships that sell large amounts of things, they have it too, I bet. So, like I said, you got your stack of pancakes. I like to just put the blueberries on, the bananas rather, on top of it. And you kind of stack it, and then the rest you can kind of put to the sides. And that's mostly just for plating. I mean, when you cut into it, they're going to fall off anyway, so you don't have to worry about getting like all the bananas on top of it, right? So I kind of just get it like there. So you can see some are on there, some aren't. It's going to get cut open anyway, so I'm really not that worried about the plating. If you were plating it for someone and you wanted to make like little towers around it, you could do that. But this is for me, so I just really don't care that much. Then I'll get the syrup on there. I don't want to drown it because it's already going to be pretty sweet with the 2 fruits in there. So usually I'll do like this, kind of like in waves. You can see there's some on the bottom to soak up because again, this is a pretty tall stack of pancakes. But that's usually how I'll do that. And then if you want to get really crazy, 2 mods, you could get like some crushed walnuts and you can put those in there. So I'm going to do that because I'm that fancy. Just like a little bit. It'll add a cool texture to it too. And then the other thing you could do too, if you wanted that sort of creamy or almost, not quite buttery, but like the creamier side of things, you could get some Greek yogurt and put it on there, either on top, almost as the same effect as whipped cream, but way healthier and way higher in protein. Or you could do the ones with the fruit and put that in there, or you could even like layer it between 2 and make like some crazy sandwich thing. That'd be pretty cool, I guess. Yeah, so lots of options there. This is super quick. Again, me talking you through it and going slow took 13 minutes, and that's after a couple of minutes of prep, but it's really like fast to do. And once you got the setup going, these take like not much time at all to cook. So it's a cool, fast, fresh, high protein, nostalgic lumberjack breakfast so you can get big and walk like Zion, or maybe hibernate for 8 months and hold on to your bulk and your tone, and then crush a bowling ball with your bite strength. So, big blueberry banana brunch breakfast thing. Leave comments, subscribe to the channel. Catch you later.